Now, first of all, when do you want to do a narrative report? Do you just do a narrative report with, do you do them with non-personal injury cases? No. They're essentially for personal injury cases when there's monetary compensation involved. And when you do the narrative report, you really do not want to do a narrative report unless you're asked for a narrative report by the attorney, okay? So you don't want to just start chucking out narrative reports. Now, you can hand over soap notes, medical reports, whatever. But I will tell you this. If you have an attorney that asks you for medical records and he does not ask for a narrative report, that is a very bad thing. The reason it's very bad, it means you have an attorney who is very uneducated. And the reason I say that is that narrative report puts that whole case together. Remember we said that there was 3 major categories to the case. There's the 5 categories of documentation of the financial drivers. There's the 2 major categories to defend it. And then you tell the story in 6 steps. That's the narrative report. You're going to tell the story in those 6 steps, to tell the story and build the case and defend it. That's exactly what your narrative report's going to do. You're going to do it in a narrative report like that. You're going to do it in depositions like that. And you're going to do it in your court testimony like that. So it starts with the narrative report. So if you have an attorney that's just asking for medical records, he has no idea how much value he's losing out on putting the pieces of the puzzle together to tell the story and build the case. In other words, you have somebody who's just going to wing it. And boy, oh boy, you better educate him fast. You better get a hold of him and go, you're going to lose out big time if you don't get these narrative reports. And let me share with you why. Now, that's if you do the narrative report like we're going to structure it. Most narrative reports by most doctors aren't structured that way. They're haphazard, and the attorney typically has to go and find stuff anyway. So most narrative reports that the attorneys get are crap, and the attorney has to go find stuff anyway. That is not the case at all with our narrative reports.